What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's YouTube video, gathered whiteboard talk with Coach Shaq, all about goals versus systems, or in my opinion, the problems with goals and the power of systems. And I'll be looking at this through a lens of weight loss and body transformations, but you can also apply this to your business, to finances, to your career, or whether you want to read 50 books, whatever it might be, whatever kind of big general goal you might have. The problem with just setting a goal versus the power of building a system. So we'll kind of break down a couple things. Either you win or you lose. So for an example, obviously weight loss. Let's say you want to lose 30 pounds by the end of this year. Either you lose the 30 pounds or you don't. It's binary, 1 or 0. You win or you lose. But let's say you lose 29.9 pounds instead of 30. Technically, you haven't accomplished your goal, so you lose, but you still made a whole lot of progress, just didn't quite hit that specific goal. Another problem, it's fail until you succeed, or what I call the ice cube method. So essentially, ice does not start to melt until it reaches a certain temperature. But let's say, for example, that you are slowly heating that ice cube up, right? So 32 degrees Fahrenheit is the melting point of water. So anything below 32 degrees is technically ice. So as you go from, let's say, 19 degrees to 20 degrees to 21 to 22, all the way up to 31, no change is made in the ice cube, but the temperature has risen. So then you actually technically are not melting or not succeeding until you hit that 32 degrees Fahrenheit and the ice starts to melt. But everything building up to that melting point or to that actual transformation point is still progress, right? So this is the thing, like technically you're failing until you lose 30 pounds, but what about losing 5 pounds and 10 pounds and 20 pounds? All those progress and steps up to that point should still count. So we should not think about we're failing until we succeed or accomplish our goals. We need to make sure that we have, once again, some systems we'll talk about here in a second. Number 3, motivation dependent. Most goals are pretty big goals on a long timeline that have, let's say, less than ideal circumstances around them, right? Trying to lose 30 pounds in 3 months or make $1 million in a year, or all these kind of crazy goals that are great. I love high goals, shoot for the moon, land amongst the stars, but they're very motivation dependent, right? You might be super motivated for 1 month, but then you lose 10 pounds, but you gain the 10 pounds back in the second month, right? So we can't rely just on motivation of a big goal to carry us for months or years, whatever that might be, right? Reaching $1 million net worth or losing 50 pounds. You can't just rely on motivation. You will burn out very, very quickly. Also, another problem is no plan of action. I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to make $1 million. I want to read 50 books in a year. Great, love those goals. What are you doing today? What is your goal or plan of action right now, today, this week to make that happen? And normally people think, oh, it's pretty easy. I have to eat healthy. What does that mean? I need to read a book or read some of a book. How much? How long? Right? I need to make money. How much? What's your plan? What are you selling? What are you buying? Right? Biggest thing there, no plan of action. And also, what about afterwards? After you lose the 30 pounds, then what? What if you gain all the weight back? What if you lose the 30 pounds and gain 40 back? What if you make $1 million but then lose it all gambling, right? So the biggest thing there is what about afterwards? And this is where systems come in and the true power that allow people to make amazing transformations and achieve their goals through systems. So the power of systems, first off, we can win every day. By breaking down a large goal of, let's say, trying to lose 30 pounds in 3 months or something like that, you can break it down into everyday wins. Do you hit your calorie goals? Do you hit your protein goals? Did you get your 10,000 steps in? Did you work out today? You can break a big goal into daily tasks that allow you to then actually have some success and win. Next up, as far as systems go, we got Maisie coming in. Oh, Maisie, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? You guys can see her. We got Maisie coming to say hi. I do want to pick her up, but she's actually really big. But we got Maisie in here now. She'll hang out while we kind of go through the rest of this. But also, as far as the power of systems, progress compounds. So when you start to see yourself win, or basically the opposite of this, where you fail until you succeed, the progress or the temperature of the ice rising is actually looked at as progress, right? Every step in the right direction. So making sure that as we increase the temperature here, or aka lose some weight, right? We celebrate the 5 pounds lost, the 10 pounds lost, the 20 pounds lost on the way to that 30 pound weight loss goal. Next, identity shifts. So rather than just relying on motivation of, I'm really motivated, I'm gonna do everything I can this year, 2025, 2026, my dream is to lose the weight finally. Okay, how long does that last for? Versus making an identity shift. I actually just had an entire video all about the identity shift from having a goal, moving towards basically building action items that turn into habits, that turn into a lifestyle, that cause an identity shift. So be sure to check that one out. This right here, the identity shift, I have an entire video breaking down exactly how to go about that and what I've seen from the over 500 clients I've worked with, making body transformations and what that actual identity shift process is. So definitely check out that video. Also, clear actions. So rather than no plan of action, I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to make $1 million. Okay, great. But like, how are we going to do that? What are we going to do? By building systems, we can actually have clear action, right? Like we talked about up here, we can win every day by executing on those clear actions. 10,000 steps, tracking our calories, hitting our protein goals, getting in the gym, getting 8 hours of sleep. We can have clear actions that by doing these on a daily basis, we check, we check those boxes, lead us to the big goals, right? So daily clear action, which is huge. So we can actually essentially do something about our bigger goal through a system. And lastly, habit driven. So rather than just relying on a goal of losing 30 pounds, we want to become the person who has the habits that allows us to lose weight and allows us to lose body fat. So by building habits or being more of a habit focused or lifestyle, we can say habits eventually turn into a lifestyle. And then I will say, style. And then eventually it kind of turns into an identity of who we are as a person. But we want to focus on those things, right? So they last a long time. Our goal is not to lose weight. I know a lot of people say, I want to lose 30 or 40 pounds. No, you don't. You want to lose 30 or 40 pounds and keep it off forever, or maybe even build some muscle afterwards, right? So these, what about afterwards? Yeah, a lot of people don't know. I want to lose the 30 pounds and hopefully I can keep it off, right? But if we just hope and wish versus actually create habits and lifestyle, then we can't succeed in the long term, right? We want to lose the weight and keep it off. So what about afterwards? That's when we focus on building a habit and a lifestyle of the person who becomes wealthy, of who loses the weight, who becomes a reader and reads 50 books in a year. Whatever it might be, we want to focus on the habits that will get us to lose the weight, but also keep it off for the long term. And that's where sustainability comes in, like I talked about, building habits, lifestyle, and our identity as well. So this is a quick overview. Obviously, if you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. But basically, the problems with goals and the power of systems. And this is something I use in my personal life, in my, honestly, with my dating my girlfriend, in my business, in my personal coaching program that I have, Jacked Body System. Check it out. You see all the testimonials over there, jackedbodysystem.com. We work on, and obviously why it's Jacked Body Systems, right here. Systems are powerful. Systems help you win. It's not just about setting goals, it's about building powerful systems. And it's helped me with every aspect of my life. I stand behind this 100%, personally, financially, business related, my personal physique. It's all about systems that have got me where I want to go and why I think they're so important. So remember, there's problems with goals, they're great to have, but with the power of systems to actually is how we actually accomplish those goals and set ourselves up for success in later years of our life. But yeah, that's the video. I'll wrap things up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. As always, let me know if you have any other topics you want me to cover down below. I know I do a lot of health and fitness things, but I also love to kind of get in the mindset stuff, because this is really where I think what separates those that do succeed and those that do fail. Everyone kind of generally knows what kind of calories and how to eat healthier and all those little things. Yes, you need a specific system for you and a more personalized approach, but also realizing that there's a lot of mindset behind it, and that's kind of where the true success and not only the short term, but the long term weight loss comes from, and truly achieving the body of your dreams. But yeah, I'll wrap it up here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.